been really funny if she just whipped out a new instrument and did that in front of Samson, and Samson's just like, ha! When did you play the harp? Ha, I don't. What? What?
Nah, Nim's not trying to give him issues.
I know, but it still would have been funny. I mean, it still can happen. She has the harp, doesn't have proficiency.
Yeah. We'll sit in the living room, wait for the party.
So you come out of your room after playing the music. Of course, Zanzibar is already up, and it's like, I don't know where they are. They could have been kidnapped, but I have not wanted to jump the proverbial gun. Because if they are, there's gonna be a lot of trouble. Not for them. For everybody who was stupid enough to do that by now.
I mean, we also already were that today.
You know?
By the law.
Yeah.
I feel like you would have heard something by now.
You know, I would expect
trumpet.
I would expect Samson might say, and then Zanzibar's gonna do his best to put on his best Samson impression. Well, Zanzibar, howdy, we got into a little, problem. Yeah, that's not working. Okay, so,
I imagine he pulls out a tiny little cowboy hat to do this.
Yeah, he'll take the little hat he has, it'll just snap his fingers, and then it'll just turn into like a micro cowboy hat. Thank you for the suggestion. Muchos,
Always here to help.
Muchos gracias.
De nada.
And then, seeing that he's not doing the voice anywhere near close, he'll just give it up and be like, hey, point is, I would think Samson might. I don't know if Yala would, and I certainly don't know if Yala would let him. So they might be trying to figure out something. You sure you don't know where they are? Like, I couldn't sleep, not because they weren't here. I just couldn't sleep. But, you know, I've practically been watching this door all night.
It's a weird thing to do.
What else am I going to do? I mean, you only have so many canvases. I mean, theoretically, yeah, I could just use them, go buy more supplies, but like, at a certain point, there's going to be more canvases in this room than people to sit. It's a lot of time during the night. Trust me, it drags on. Didn't want to be that guy. At least not last night. But yeah, no, you really don't know where they are?
They were conga lining. I don't know.
He's just like looking at her, looking straight, looking at her, scratching his head. He's like, yeah. I think the worst part about this is knowing Samson's in this equation, I'm not shocked, or surprised, or confused. You said that, it hit my ears, went inside my skull, and literally my first instinct was, yeah, okay. Okay. If they walk in here from the end of a conga line, I'm just not gonna know what's real anymore.
It'd be the start of a conga line, but,
Oh yeah, probably not the best way to wake up in the morning, but Zanzibar will open the preservation cube, take the box, and just give it to Nim like, here! But before they go stale, for crying out loud.
Nim opens the box.
It's a
What's
box full of pastry sweets.
Fantastic. There's no food in this house. We'll start to eat the pastries. Thank you.
Yeah. mean, I was going all over town yesterday. Saw that thing. Decided, that might help. He points to an object on the table that... Try as your might, just can't understand what it is. To her, it's just a thing on the table. And then, I was strolling around doing more things. Then I spied that bottle of wine. Thought, oh, hey, well, I got something in for y'all. Why not get something for all of y'all? So once I had two things, I was like, well, pastries. As he just, gestures at you. So, figured that fit the bill.
Did you remember my gold paint?
And Zanzibar just points across the room at a neat little paper bag sitting next to the canvases. Didn't know how you organize things. Didn't want to mess anything up if I already did. So figured that's yours. Bag of supplies. Congratulations.
Nim nods and goes back to eating sweets, but we'll make sure to leave some for Samson and Hyala, as they will surely be hungry.
So that's 10 o'clock. 2 more hours pass. High noon dings. Samson and Hyala come through the door. Both exhausted because they didn't sleep all night.
One of them's been deadlifting a guy.
Only for an hour.
Yeah. So you both have a level of exhaustion.
Kella goes to bed.
Samson stops in and says, "Hi, oh,
Hello.
Hi, welcome back.
thanks."
Did by any chance were you two conga lining all the way here?
All the way here, from all the way over there. And Samson will point in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know he is, but he.
The world truly is ever interesting. I'm assuming this was your idea.
Uh-huh.
Well, at least you weren't kidnapped. I was expecting to have to create a few craters, but the less destruction, the better, I'd say.
We weren't not.
You're not wrong, but you're not right about the time.
Things worked out in the end.
Worked out in the end? Oh, yeah, right. I guess that's a good segue. How'd it go, Nim? I'm assuming well. You three are dead and or, shackled.
Not anymore.
We were never shackled.
Excuse me?
Ah.
Usually I want to know everything, but,
Gonna hit the pass button today.
I'm gonna leave it at the conga line. I'm going to make that choice. That is what I want to do. Leave it at the conga line.
That's good. You should do what you want to do, man.
Do you want to go to bed, Samson?
Oh, more than anything right now.
Then go to bed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where's the bed?
Nim points to the guest bedroom.
Oh, Hyala went that way. Man, she's so smart.
Yeah, why don't you join her?
In being smart.
And Zanzibar is just gonna
I'm not good at being smart,
Zanzibar is
but I
just,
guess I could go to bed.
yeah, Zanzibar is just gonna reach and grab the remaining 2 objects on the table and just pull them closer to him. It's like, we'll dispense these when they're awake and not. Samson, or rather, good morning.
You
good,
do.
good morning.
If I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. That'll be the last words from Samson at this noon o'clock.
Zanzibar's just gonna look at him and like, do they have something planned this evening?
Them shrugs.
Alright. So, how did it go?
We talked.
He just starts taking his hand and doing the circle motion for like, go on.
For 6 hours straight.
Mhm.
And then Nim recounts the entire 6 hours.
Well, you see.
Well,
Hold on, I got
we were
playlist for
born
this.
3 years ago.
Wait, so she said you had no maidens? Ah, true and accurate.
Shut up, you bitches, man.
Oh.
Biblically accurate.
No.
He doesn't really say that. Does she expound?
Nim will go. I caught her up.
And I'm assuming the reaction is in our favor, again, because you and me are having this conversation and no one's screaming for help.
Help! Samson screams from the bedroom. Still clearly asleep.
For real, or no?
In a very groggy way. Like he's having a dream.
Is that something to address?
No, he's asleep. Weird dream. I can't remember the last time I had a weird dream. Probably not important.
Oh, you should see if my headmaster's back in school.
I should see.
Yeah.
How do you
Faster if you do it.
You want me to break into your school and go find your headmaster?
Wouldn't be the
Yeah.
first time it happened.
Definitely go check out the music stage, too, if you can.
Uh-huh. And make fun of Stacy while you're at it. I don't remember that girl's name if we ever got it, but she's Stacy now.
Wow.
We did not get a name.
It could be spelled like Stassi. She's a Genasi.
Yay!
Stassi the
No,
Genasi.
she's a bitch.
Yay! Genasi.
Genasty.
That's what I was about to say, damn it, brother.
Ha ha! Beat you to the punch.
But Nim will go, don't you have a spell for just looking if someone's at a location?
I mean, I could probably just craft any spell, but at the same time, you know, the more my magic I use, the more, and he kind of just points up at the sky and the general thing. I'm trying not to be obvious. I mean, when we're in Zanzibar, it's pretty easy. I can do whatever I want. None of them are literally brave enough to, you know, be like, ooh, what's that? But if that starts happening literally on the other half of the northern quarter, you know, they might realize that I'm not there, and then, you know, kind of trying to pull the wool over. if you catch me.
But it's a long walk.
Take a rickshaw.
It's still a long walk.
I mean, yeah, but I could also just open up another portal into your dorm, drop you off. That seemed to have worked without anything raising suspicion. Unless you're suggesting I just pretend to be you. That actually...
Not allowed.
Well, it was an
So,
idea
the
that was
portal-
crossing my mind, but I guess if we're going to ixnay all the things that could work, he'll just cross his arms. It was actually a really good idea.
Never work. I have charm.
Please, you're
Yeah,
not
him's
that
hilarious.
hard to imitate. And even so, I could just warp the perception a little bit. That was a really good idea. Oh well.
Any grown man imitating a 17-year-old girl is a creep, and I stand by that assumption.
You just gonna like turn slowly to you. It's like, well, then maybe you should just do it yourself. Or you could just walk in the front door. There are options.
Above board, would the headmaster have had time to talk and get back, or would Nim know if this is a multiple day kind of affair?
Nim would not necessarily know how long her bringing the Empress up to speed would take, and certainly wouldn't know how many extra steps might be added from that, if any at all. So she really doesn't have a fantastic gauge for figuring out what that stuff's like. Because, granted, you know, Nim's never actually had dealings with the Empress. Most people don't.
So I'm just gonna start, it can wait.
Well, if it can wait, that's fine by me. Speaking of things, since everything's been practically crossed off the docket except for the impromptu midday nap, which, hey, that's fine. Everybody needs sleep. I was considering actually wandering around the actual market district. I spend most of my time uptown appraising things, so you have any inclination to want to go to the black market? The market in general?
Well, I was in the market yesterday.
Yeah, but I'm talking like the black market. I've already seen what the 10 crests have to offer. Might as well figure out what's on the underground.
Let's do it.
Fair enough. Should we wait for those two to wake up, or should we just write a note?
Why would we go to the black market without Samson?
He's a criminal.
I mean,
Yeah, he does crime.
you make a valid point, but at the same time, you know, they probably want their rest.
I'm not saying wake them up, I'm saying wait.
Yeah, I got nothing better to do.
Zanzibar and Nim should have a spa day.
You think Nim isn't gonna do that herself?
The problem with that idea is that I picture Zanzibar in a towel. And that's not good for my mental
I
health.
just imagine like the robe with like the face mask and the cucumbers.
He
His
just,
hair's in a towel.
he just changes his robe into like a fancy bathrobe, and he's got like a cucumber mask on. And you
Whoa.
would so totally be the type to take one of the cucumber slices off of his eye and just start eating it.
Now that's disgusting.
Yeah, they're not meant to be eaten.
Are they not? I always thought they were just
They
like
are
a
not.
cucumber.
No, they're meant to exfoliate your skin.
Yes.
That shit gets like your face grease on it.
Yeah, it's also, it covered in an oil helped you moisturize.
I did
Yeah.
not know this. I thought they literally just cut cucumber slices and placed them on your eyes.
No.
Hashtag don't eat the eye cucumbers.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
they're either like rubbed in an oil or they're like sat in a special water. Like those are not for eating, and neither is the face mask. Even if
Anything
it's
is for eating if you're not a coward.
True.
See, you're
That's
right.
why
but
I
that
ordered
does
the
not-
charcoal face mask.
You did?
No, I'm not paying. I'm not going to a spa. What the fuck?
I've
That's
I've
just too
done a
expensive.
charcoal face mask.
Yeah, me too.
So
it
then
made me
I
blacker.
definitely take back what I said. Zanzibar would not
Congratulations.
eat the cucumber.
I'm glad
Oh.
someone heard.
Imagining Zanzibar getting a French tip pedicure. Oh.
I refuse to think about Zanzibar's feet.
They're just
Fair.
And I refuse to think about them.
Gas.
Yeah, so Nim's gonna do some self-care in her bathroom. So that should cover the hours.
That's fair. So you got home around noon. God, you're gonna wake up at like fucking 8 at night.
That is
The
correct.
best time
I
to
mean,
get to the black market.
I mean, we could wake up at like 6, and the other 2 hours of the long rest could just be
Yeah, you're
not
right.
doing anything extraneous.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
Yala won't sleep that long.
Why?
Yala has a thing about she has a shorter long rest time.
No, she just gets rid of what's it on short rest?
Yeah, I fix exhaustion with 4 hours.
Oh, so
Never mind.
Shala would, unless Shala's gonna take the full. Well, yeah, that's right. She didn't get a full long rest, so she'd want to take it anyway.
I mean, if she don't got nothing to recover on the long rest, you might as well take the short.
No.
And then come chat with Nim.
Are you gonna take the short
We're
or are you
working
gonna
out
take
again.
the long?
She'll probably wake up after the short and
How
then
long's the
go
short?
do
4 hours.
4.
I thought
4.
short rest was just an hour.
Time to
Chisel, I
consult
think
the
you might be
rule
right.
book.
Lol. Rules. In my D&D.
Yeah, you're probably gonna be faster figuring out where to find the rule for that.
At least 1 hour long.
How long does Yala want her rest to be?
She'll she will she'll sleep for like a couple hours and then sort of wake up on her own and then stay and hold Samson for another like couple hours
Mhm.
and then get up and go exercise.
Yeah.
Totally.
The way that
She'll do
She'll
her
probably-
version of self-care.
the way she wakes up, Samson will be holding on to her the way Nim normally does.
How many hours are you gonna clock in for your short?
She was asleep for 2, but did nothing for 4.
So it's 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I assume Nim's still self-caring. 4 hours in.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Did I ever add Emma's apartment? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. I should do that. I forgot. I go to sneeze.
Bless you.
Sneeze.
Thank you. I'm sorry I failed you. I sneezed.
Nim will join Yala. Not working out, but wherever Yala is.
Yella's resting, holding Samson, and him just creeps in, be like,
just,
"Hi, Yella."
Just crawls in between them.
No, I meant working out.
I know. But Yala walks into the main room. Ah, you're finally awake.
Hey, you're finally awake.
And he'll kind of get up and walk over to the table and take the item that isn't the bottle. Just be like, here, I thought this would help.
It's drugs.
Is it drugs?
No. In fact, it's a weight. But there's something, like, weird about it. Because it's got, like, rune writing in it.
Are you gonna say it's cat-shaped?
Cat-shaped runes.
This rune is called Nya.
Believe me when I say I don't mean to offend, but I noticed you were having trouble the other day. And also, you have not actually had a proper weight to lift. Pretty much the whole time you've been, doing your morning exercises in the tower.
Yala's been bearing the weight of this party. What do you mean?
Yeah, but that's emotional.
Yeah.
And sometimes physical. She picked up Samson last night.
Yes, to work out.
Yeah.
There's your physical weight. What's your weight?
It's not a proper weight.
Samson is plenty proper. Fuck you.
Fuck you. No, he's not.
How dare you insult Samson?
How dare you make things up about
how
my
dare I?
made-up character?
Yeah. Wait, what?
But
JD
yeah,
Tom.
does Yala take the item? Take the weight? Take the dumbbell?
She'll take it. And then she'll pull out her rune notes and add this to it.
It's a gravitas spell. Think of it like a versatile weight. By adjusting the different runes, you can increase the amount of gravity on it, producing artificially more weight.
I see.
Man,
Yala
thank God Santa
considers.
doesn't have one of those.
Yala considers whether she could, do funny stuff with this.
Now,
Just, write it on somebody.
It'll only go up to a certain amount of weight, but it should be suitable for your needs. Now, mechanically, above board, when using this weight, you can use it to increase your strength score, as you have been, but you gain advantage, and it gives you a +5 to the roll.
Woo.
Damn.
And it's
Okay,
it's
now
useful.
repeat that because now I have my notes open.
Okay, so it gives you advantage on exercise rolls. It's useful to increase your strength score by 1. So up to 1. So if you had a 10, it would help you get to an 11. If you had a 12, it would help you get to a 13, etc., etc. It adds a +5 to that roll, and it gives you advantage. Good for 1 skill improvement in strength. So to review, in To review in simplicity, it gives you +5 to your roll and advantage, and it can help increase your strength by 1. Bing bang boom.
Does that increase your strength thing only good once, or is that just what it's for?
1 per person. Think of it like what's that called? The fancy book that a person can only use every 500 years.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. if you want some lore to explain why it's only good for one increase, because after a while you just get so used to the weight that, so used to using it that it doesn't really help, which is actually a real thing.
So, how does this tie into the fact that that's already what I'm exercising to do, is increase the score?
You don't need somebody to help you have advantage, and it gives you a +5. So it'll get you there quicker.
Easier.
Or easier, yeah, that's the word.
See, I'm just thinking about how funny it would be to tie this thing to a rope, hover it over someone's head, and then increase the weight and just smash their skull in.
I mean, Kayla's
You know,
looking at the rune and is like, this would be interesting if, like, she could, like, put it on one of her arrows, shoot it into somebody, and then increase the weight on it to just, like, weigh them down.
Well,
I thought you were gonna say the opposite. You just shoot them and they just start going into the air as it just reverses the gravity.
No, it wouldn't. I imagine it wouldn't affect them. It's just a matter of, like, oh, when I got shot with this thing, it weighed a couple ounces. Now it weighs 14 pounds.
well
And it's in my stomach.
Just fucking
at
Atlas
minimum,
arrows.
It's a 5-pound weight, so sorry to break the hopes and dreams.
Oh no, we're not talking about the weight. She's talking about the rune. I'm talking about the weight.
Yeah. Because that's what she pulled out her, like, notebook for, was, like, copying whatever the weight rune is.
There's a bunch of different though. Then it's a complex thing. But yeah, no, it'll help you get there easier and kind of assure that you're not going to end up failing a day and screwing everything up.
Whee!
Fair enough.
How close are you to the next level?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Either got like a week
7.
or a half week. Somewhere
Yeah.
in between. Which
I
one
have
is
7
it?
days.
Oh,
Oh,
so you have
7
1
days.
week left to get it to 18?
Yeah.
Pog.
Yeah. And I was gonna do one right now, so that will help. So yeah, she'll try out her fancy new toy.
Hooray! Let's give it a whirl!
There's
Yeah,
a
watch
situational
from
bonus.
the
You can
Florida.
put 5.
Yeah.
Wow. 5.
I figure it's a nice, simple little magic item. Oh, there
What's
you
the
go.
max it can do?
And then I roll a 19.
What do you mean?
Mhm.
Like, how heavy? What's the heaviest it can get?
TBD. We'll put a pin in it and discuss it more after the
Yeah.
session when I'm
Fair.
not trying to think of several different things.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with weight training is, like, going lower and doing more reps is significantly better. So, like, even if she undercuts the actual physical weight of the item, if she does it for 2 hours straight, it almost doesn't matter.
Yeah, even if you did it 5 pounds, I don't think it's. I say I don't think because I didn't actually think about it when coming up with the idea for it, and also it's a very simplistic item, so I didn't actually put a huge amount of thought into it. I had other things to put that thought into this past week, so I never actually considered you making it later, but I know what you're talking about, and that's a real thing, 100%.
Yeah.
So I'll see if it can be, but right now at absolute base, it's just a 5-pound weight with extra utility.
I'm just trying to figure out how useful this thing will be after everyone who wants to increase their strength has, and we could just start acmeing people
Uh-huh.
with it.
Bonk.
Was it 2 weeks in total or 4 weeks in total?
4.
Yeah. So it'd be 2 weeks per. It'd be like 2 weeks of training with it would get you the level. Or, not the level, the point.